this is Skyline CrossFit, and this is the inverted burpee. Yeah. Excellent. Good. So, inverted burpee. It is starting in the supine position, legs staying straight. We're going to stretch that back as far as possible. So go ahead and show that position again. So she's going to be on the ground. And from that position, she's going to lay back, keeping her legs straight. She's going to try to bring her feet back as far as possible. And if you notice, her hips come up off the ground there. Okay? Now from there, she's going to tuck those feet in, and she's going to roll out in what we would call maybe a sit-up or a get-up. There. So that position might be hard for some people. So what we can do to scale the get up or the sit up is we can just elevate the position. So what we can do is we can roll back on the mats and then do the same exact position, but now she's a little elevated, so there's not as much angle on her ankles. So she can kind of get up a lot easier from that position. Good. And then from there, she could go into her handstand. Now we'll say that's a little too high. You can always just adjust the height to a little bit lower. Add a little bit more. And then she can go from there, and then you can continue to move down. If they have to get up from that supine position, now it's time to work on that handstand. So once she gets up from the get up position, she's gonna go into a handstand, freestanding handstand. To work on that freestanding handstand, we can work on what's called a donkey kick. So what she's going to do is she's going to put her hands on the ground, and she's going to have those feet pretty close to her hands, okay? From there, she's going to kick up, and what I want you to watch is she's going to try to bring her hip over the shoulder, okay? There. So now, once she's there, and she has that stable position, all she has to do is once she gets those hips above the hands, she can just kick the feet up into that freestanding handstand. There. And that'll work. Now, you might have some athletes that don't have the donkey kick, but can kick up into a handstand. So if that's, I would always prefer the freestanding over the wall, but she can always do a get up into the wall. So go ahead and show the whole thing. So she can start on the ground just as normal, or she could elevate depending on where she's at on that get up. And then instead of going into the freestand, she could kick up onto a wall in that finished position. So you have a lot of options here. I would always try to push athletes to go to the freestanding. It's a lot more, there's a lot more carryover for it. Usually with the freestanding handstand, once you have that, the handstand walk, the freestanding handstand holds, all those movements become a lot easier. I would push that. If your athlete's not quite ready for that, you could just do donkey kicks. You could maybe do donkey kicks and mix it with the handstand holds or kick up into a handstand. A lot of options to choose from. Awesome way to get some handstand work in with some high metabolic conditioning. So that is the inverted burpee.